Hello again, Struck Club. Welcome back to another evening of streaming, or it could be day where you are. And today there's gonna be some more Torchlight 3 and more of the Forged, of the Blood Drinker Forged I've made. I've finally uploaded the video I promised to upload about the Secret of Pachelelo. I've also uploaded a news video about Diablo 4 and latest their latest quarterly update. So if you were interested in either of those, they're on my YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna go in my fort. Actually, let's see if there's something to sell first before I go to the fort. Yeah, let's go to the fort now and keep doing what we were doing yesterday. A little bit of Fazir, a little bit more of the Fazir, and even more of the Fazir, with every now and then, maybe when I get bored of the Fazir, an alpaca stage, just to break the boredom of the Fazir. Still trying to farm, still trying to get Winterweave items or newer, better Mountain King items. The Winterweave still doesn't drop, not a single piece, so it's a grind. It's a little bit grindier than it needs to be. Okay, I'm not liking the stats on that one, so I'm gonna try and do a different one. Uniques at 42. Okay, that's fine. Let's try and find Gearwalkie though. Blazing Gearwalkie Cloaked. This one seems like a good one. Hold up, hold up. What's the hold up? And yeah, today while I was recording the footage for this alpaca level, I decided to do it on my melee sharpshooter without changing anything. And I immediately thought of changes to do for the build now that tier 3 1000 volt burst is kind of useless. I immediately thought of doing some changes there. For example, to get revolt tier 3. Revolt tier 3 instead of 1000 volt burst tier 3 is much better now, since they fixed revolt to reset the cooldown of Scout's Bones, which is amazing. So next time I play my sharpshooter, I'm probably gonna do that as a change, as a respec. I just didn't want to bother today with doing the respec. But whenever I do go back to that sharpshooter, I'm definitely gonna do that little change for those 4 points. Even if I leave the other things the way they are without doing any more changes. As for this little forge dude, I don't think I'm gonna be doing any more changes before the build is done. I just need more items, that's all I need. Maybe I would do some changes on the day I record the build footage, but for now I think the skills are the way I want them to be. I'm really liking the damage this one can do, even without items that give me damage to uppercut. I'm doing a lot, and knowing that I can get around 100% of extra damage to uppercut without wife binding and without the extra bonuses from the Fazier, then I believe the damage would be pretty good. So once I min-max this one to at least 70-80% min-max. Right now we're missing the three most important items: shoulders, chest, and Woku motion. The three most important armor items in regards to the damage. Because percent damage to the uppercut would be the best we can get for this setup. And the holidays are coming soon. It's the 21st. It's the 21st right now. At least where I am. For some of you it might be already the 22nd. But yeah, holidays are coming soon, and I will be having holiday streams on the 24th, 25th and 26th with Torchlight 3, and each day of the ones I mentioned I would be giving away one key for the PC version of the game for Steam, which was given to me by the developers, by Extra Games. So if you don't win on the first or the second day, and there's always the third. If you don't win on the first, there's always the second and the third day. So everyone would have 3 chances to grab a key if you need it. I'm hoping that I can do the editing of the video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, at least on the 23rd. I'm hoping to be ready with the build for this guy, so I can start a new hero during the holidays. I'm not sure whether it's gonna be another forged first or whether it's gonna be something else. I also need to revisit all of my old builds, do some changes to them, maybe do 2.0, 3.0 versions of those accordingly. There's a huge to-do list when it comes to Torchlight 3 and builds. Now with the Snow and Steam update, changing a lot of things. Let's go. Alright, nice. The North Mace. That's actually a pretty good drop. I was expecting to get that one soon. I mean, I was hoping. Let's not say expect. I was hoping to get one of those soon. This one's also pretty decent. It's not perfect because it's just one physical and then the rest bonus basic attack, but yeah, it's good for a WoW level item, for a WoW level high level item. This one on the other hand, pretty shitty damage. Pretty shitty damage. See, instead of the stupid swag shot and the basic attack, I would have left some fat damages there, or fat damage and crit damage. Because Hailstorm combined with the Frostwall is pretty fun. I mean, I can try playing with this one just to see how it works. With my my damage is gonna get half of what it is, so I'm probably gonna have half of the current damage. But it's still gonna be nice. Just a moment. Almost ready. Was just typing something in Discord that I forgot to type earlier. Alright, now let's see. I'm gonna try and enchant this to try at least get it to 7,000-8,000 attack. At least. Most likely I won't be able to, but we'll see about that. Come on. Roll. It keeps giving me the same thing. Okay, fire and ice. 7,400, so it's basically half of my current weapon's attack. Even less than half. But it gives me both fart on shock, yeah. I'm losing that crit chance of bleeding, but I wanna experiment with it. If I remove charge up and put Hailstorm. The cooldown is 26 seconds, which... Wait, why 26 seconds? 60 seconds. 26 seconds. Why? Why is the cooldown this big? For a short time, what's the duration? What's the duration on this? $10 seconds maybe? No, it's 15 seconds duration. I'm liking this duration. Okay, let's do something that this weapon can handle reasonably well. I think with 7.4 thousand attack, something at this stage should be easy enough to kill reasonably fast. With just 7.4 thousand attack. Maybe I should remove my wife-bound weapon so I don't lose it while not wearing it. Too late though, I already entered. I really want to test this skill. Because ideally I want to suggest to people for this build to use the North Mace. Just wanted to make sure whether that's exactly the mace I want to suggest or not. I don't think it's bad as a proc, but I don't think it's good enough as charged up. I think charged up would be better. And this one only shoots in front of you. It doesn't shoot around you, it's only in front of you. So you gotta be positioning yourself the right way. But it's definitely better than Glacier Sedge. Glacier Sedge is pretty underwhelming. But there's a way to get the Glacier Sedge without wearing it, I think. Because I've got the set bonus. I've got the set bonus now from wearing 2 pieces of the set. Wearing the mace and the shield, and I can just change the shoulders. Just a moment, because I don't want to die accidentally. Okay, now let's equip the Glacier Sedge and see if it works. It's for science to see if it works that way. It is getting the cooldown reduction. Still don't know if that's better. I mean, for spin to win, obviously it looks better because you have AoE circular around you, those projectiles. And for 4.4 seconds cooldown, it's not bad, but they don't do much damage. They do what? 312% weapon damage. But it's better than nothing. It's better than zero every 4.4 seconds to be able to do this damage to multiple enemies around you. It's not bad. I still think the arc powered shoulders is a better option. The good thing is I can equip a mace and not use the mace skill and just get the sword skill from the legendarium, and in the same way I can get the skill from the focus item together with a shield, and I will do that exactly right now. Let's get the Liu General equipped. I want to use Liu General but still have a shield equipped, and that's the way to do it. I want to test that casting speed now. And now I don't have anything to put into this. I can use the Hailstorm. Still better than the other options. Maybe Skittering Shoulders, if I was wearing them, would have been nice. But yeah, let's do that. Wait, what activates the Liu General? I forgot what activates it. When relic energy reaches maximum. For 8 seconds, okay. So that one's good for builds where you wanna stay at max energy instead of... it's good for builds where you're dumping energy quickly and then you're generating the energy quickly. For this build I'm not using my energy quickly, which means getting the Liu General to activate would not be as soon as I want it to be. So it took me a long time to deplete my energy, and now I'm back into the generating phase. I started depleting it again. I wouldn't suggest the Liu General for aura builds, unless you're doing aura build with energy dumps, with things like drain and spinning blade. Okay, I just got the buff. Does it seem like it's spinning quicker? I need to test it in the fort. Let's not worry too much about it now. I can test it in the fort easily on the dummies. If the casting speed helps my spin to win. And the casting speed from the Liu General. yeah, a lot of things testing today. I mean, the more of those items I'm missing I get for my legendarium, the more things I can test. I just think this casting speed doesn't really help this build much. What does help the build though, what does help the build is this, the damage reduction and the damage. The damage and the damage reduction. This is what helps us. And again, this would be perfect for builds that are dumping energy quicker, like Chaotic Strikes build, like Sword Smash builds, like Blazing Fever builds, Drain builds, Venomous Maw builds, builds where you're using your energy much faster than an Aura build. And you're spending it quick so you can get it again, so you can get the buff again. But yeah, that 25% damage from the Liu General is just an amazing bonus. But you have to either put it in the Legendarium while wearing a shield with another item, or even without wearing a shield, equip it, but then you're losing the block chance and defense that a shield can give you. And then there's an option, if you don't need the casting speed, and you don't need 50% cooldown from the shield, or you don't want to use the Frost Wall, you can just put it in the Legendarium just for the 25% damage and for the damage reduction, without caring about the set bonus. It's still good. I think this is right now a very good contender for item in the Legendarium for the majority of the builds out there, especially for the squishy builds that spam relic skills, spam relics, energy spenders. Okay. I'm gonna put away. I'm gonna put away my sword. So now, let's stay here. At the moment my damage is 7.9k and over here it's 7.9k. Let's see, with the buff it's 9.8k and the casting speed did go up. Does it seem like it's spinning quicker to you? I wish I could see. I wish I could see some sort of indication whether it's helping the attacks or not. I think an easy way to tell would be this. I need to get my energy down though. I think it's gonna be much easier to tell if I'm attacking quicker, if I'm casting quicker, rapid fire. Trying hard, DK says, good evening, any chance you could go over your skills real fast? I'm leveling a bot forge at the moment, only 56 though, but my damage is pathetic. I can do it, just a moment, and I can tell you even what you could do for damage. Wamid Rahman says, bro, you're wasting your time of life, go do something productive. Well, it is productive to make content. You could get paid by making content. It is productive for me leveling up the forged. But yeah, let me quickly test something, and then I can tell you about this trying hard DK. So I'm trying to figure out if those shots are quicker. Once my energy reaches the limit, I'm gonna get 25 casting speed, and I would be trying to figure out if my hero will be attacking quicker, will be shooting quicker more often. Maybe from here I would be able to tell easily. Does it seem faster? It doesn't seem faster to me. Alright, ignore this. Alright, let me quickly go over my skills. Just a moment. Just a moment. So once I fix the skills, I can go over them. So basically, what you want to at least 1 point into ramming robot, plus 2 points from your skill levels, from the Mountain King set. See, I've got Mountain King Cuirass with the gauntlets and with the wheel. And this gives me 2 levels to barrage, and this one, the Mountain King helmet, gives me 2 levels to brawl. So keep that in mind. My brawl and barrage skills are 2 more than what you see. So here it's 4 plus 2, here it's 8 plus 2, here it's 4 plus 2, 8 plus 2, etc. So you want tier 1 ramming robot, you want tier 1 power projection, you want tier 3 vortex bomb, which is amazing. Then you have to decide, do you want to use Cyclone mode or do you want to use Rapid Strike? If you want to use Rapid Strike, tier 3 Rapid Strike and tier 2 Cyclone mode. If you want to use Cyclone mode, do like me, tier 3 Cyclone mode, tier 2 Rapid Strike. And then I'm using Steam Powered Uppercut for the Steam Spender. And this one is tier 3, as you can see. And then I'm using this for cooldown reduction. This cooldown reduction helps Vortex Bomb have 3.6 seconds cooldown instead of 4 seconds cooldown, which is pretty decent. Then here I'm using this for 25% damage to vent skills. It's optional. If you don't want to increase the damage of Vortex Bomb, you can put those points elsewhere. And this one is super important for builds that use a Steam spending skill. So Sonic Pulse, as you can see, tier 2 gives you relic energy charge, which is nice. It's not amazing, but it's decent. Tier 3, on the other hand, tier 3 makes your Steam spending skill do extra 40% damage. So you make the enemies vulnerable for 40% more damage. Then you make your Steam spenders do another 40% more damage. And this really stacks well. You don't have to go melee to keep your hit down. I mean, why do you want to keep your heat down? You can use Co-Wounch. Co-Wounch can vent heat as well. Just like that. See, it vented the heat. It's not gonna vent all the heat because I get 50 heat back when I vent. Unless I remove this. If I remove this, look, I'm at 0 heat. But I use the Mountain King wheels so that my heat doesn't go down. I don't want my heat to go down. The more heat I've got, the more I can vent and the more I can use my Steam skill. I like Vent Vortex Bomb because it gives me damage reduction as a passives. It also gives you armor. Vortex Bomb is superior to Co-Wounch. Vortex Bomb, look at my defense right now. Look at my defense. This is without using Vortex Bomb. Now let me use Vortex Bomb quickly. Just gotta get some heat. So it's 60,000, 69,000, 123,000. Boom, using Vortex Bomb and it's 60,000, 77,000, 183,000. and that's excluding power projection. If I use power projection and this, boom, defense. If you're getting your ass kicked, defenses are what you might want. Obviously you won't have items like this one, which is 170% stats, or like this one, 117% stats with 3 sockets. But you could get things like this, 5.5% stats. This one is 53, so it's pretty shitty. Things like this one, 12.5% stats. So let's say I replace them with something more realistic, something that you might actually have at the lower levels. Let's just find some sort of random shoulder pad to equip. So your defenses probably would look more like this in the early levels. Oh, a hatch. I need to replace the hatch, not the... Yeah, you might see your defenses looking more like this. Let me quickly add some defense to it, so it's actually more realistic. Alright, well, one more try. Come on. Alright, so yeah, this is more realistic now. See my physical defense, it's 50%. Ideally you want this to be over 45%. If you can get it to 50-60%, that's good. Eventually you want them as high as you can, but physical defense, I would prioritize this because the physical defense applies to your others. So if it says 50 physical, that means I have 50% poison, lightning and fire, and then any bonus defense gets added on top of that 50, on top of that 43,000. So this is realistic. See, 5.5% stats, 5.5% stats, etc. This is something you don't have to grind your ass to get. Obviously when you reach high levels of the Fazir you can get overpowered items, and that's gonna help you a lot. Alright, enough of this, let's do some farming. But yeah, what you really want is to focus on survivability, maybe with the forged at first, and get as much damage from the weapon. But on the armor, focus on survivability. From the weapon, you want to swat flat damage in the weapons, and ideally you would be looking to get a weapon like this one, and better, obviously better than this one. This is shitty. It gives me blind and drain. In the end, you would want, instead of drain and blind, you would want flat damage there, and instead of the crit chance, maybe more flat damage would be fine. I'm not gonna use it because it makes things too easy. It makes things overpowered on my end, and I just wanna play the build a little bit less overpowered, at least on the damage side of things. Okay, let's farm a bit. But yeah, how you get that weapon is, as I said, in the Fazir dungeon, every level gives you 0.5% stats, starting at level 16 of the Fazir. So level 16 Fazir is 0.5, level 17 is 1%, then 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and so on. And at Fazir stage 251, which is the limit, you get 118% stats increase. Obviously, the further you go in the Fazir, the stronger that item would get. I think this should be removed from the game. I think it was a mistake adding this system. It gets just boring with that system. The way it connects power creep to the items. You can get 20,000 damage weapon. 15k, that's actually shit rolled weapon. As you saw, it had plus 6 levels to drain, and it had blind instead of flat damage. So it could have another 4000 and another 2000 instead of crit chance. So you can get 22,000 damage on a weapon if you min max it. Which kind of tells you how overpowered things are now with this system. See, I'm doing Fuzzier stage 32 with my 7,400 weapon, and I like it. It's not bad. I'm still doing decent enough damage. Defense is more important than damage at first. After one point, defense kind of becomes pretty much enough to survive, and then you just want more crit damage, crit chance, and damage. With Forged, you can get crit chance super easy. So the Forge is a little bit of a different story than the other heroes when it comes to crit chance, because the Mountain King gauntlets can give you 20%, which is basically half of the cap, and then you can get another 5% from a helmet and 5% from a locomotion, and that gives you 30 out of 40 just from 3 items, just from the Mountain King gauntlets and a crit chance rolled helmet plus locomotion. And then if you get another item that gives you crit chance, it's even easier. Yeah, my hit goes down to 0 and then immediately goes back to 50. It goes down to 0 and then immediately goes to 50. Because it needs to go down to 0 because I'm venting all of it. I'm venting all of my heat with Vortex Bomb. But as I vent, I get 50 heat. And they've made the content a little bit boring now, because they saw we would get very strong with those items, so they made the monsters super bullet spongy. And at Fuzzier level 250, 249, you're fighting enemies with over 700% HP. Right now I'm fighting enemies with 85% HP. So 700% HP enemies, even with overpowered items, take forever to kill, and it's pretty slow, and it kills the whole momentum of the game, of the farming. And momentum is super important in a game like that, to be able to clear things sufficiently quickly with good items. And I'd much rather see us do less damage, but the monsters have less HP, instead of the other way around, bloating the numbers unnecessarily. wait, the portal is here? Oh, never mind, it's this thing. Let's find worm fingers. Yeah, I do use vent. I mean, you have to use vent to get your heat down. I mean, you don't have to use vent if you don't want steam, then don't use vent. But if you want steam, you need to use a vent skill. Well, not necessarily. You can still get steam with power projection. Power projection can still give you steam, but it's not gonna be as fast to generate steam with power projection only, compared to using one of the 3 venting skills. And by 3 venting skills, I mean Vortex Bomb, Co-Launch, and Modified Ramming Robot. Modified Ramming Robot with the Raging Beater. The Raging Beater makes Ramming Robot into a venting skill, where if you spend 75 or more heat to vent, you generate 75 or more steam proportionately. I think worm fingers didn't spawn. What is it with my work and maps that can be completed? Oh, worm fingers is not spawning. Where could that stupid NPC be hiding? Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss an NPC on my way here. I didn't miss a boss NPC anywhere. I'm not seeing any boss NPCs. Anything here? No. This is the only place I haven't been in the map. So if Worm Fingers is here, yeah, but he's not. Oh yeah, we can just leave this place. There's not gonna be any Worm Fingers spawning. Another buggy map. Oh, now it's showing me Worm Fingers is at the end of the map. It wasn't showing me Worm Fingers is at the end of the map when I was there. GG. GG. Why did it suddenly show up on the map and it didn't show up earlier? Come on. So it waited for me to reach the beginning of the map before it showed me that the NPC I need to kill is at the start of the map. At the end of the map.
Your pet has arrived.
Godwaki, Gearwaki. Okay, what about uniques? Maybe something with uniques here.
Oh, are you sure? Well chosen.
Let's do this one. By the way, trying hard, it's not bad to spend a lot of points in the blood tree. It's just when you spend more points in the blood tree, you're going for relic skills damage, most likely. For example, I really love drain builds. You can also do spinning blade builds, but if you're doing such a build, you want the passive damage to relic skills here. So you want to get more. If you want to use the relic skills as your main source of damage, it's just a different build. Right now I'm not relying on my relic skills being my major source of damage. I'm relying on it for extra healing and for extra little bit of damage that's steadily proccing while I've got my aura up. You can go for a build where you're using the aura to boost drain. So for example, you have drain maxed out and then you have blood seekers just to give you the 25% extra damage before using drain. So you activate blood seekers and then next you activate drain, and then drain would benefit from that extra damage. But builds where you're using more relic stuff would mean that using more relic energy means using Dance of Death more often, which means Dance of Death synergies could be good. And then if you're using Spinning Blade, you might use the Egg of Mayhem, and then that one, Ancient Ember item that procs off of it, that had a chance to cast it, and things like that. I mean, there's not just one build how you can do Forge with Blood Drinker. There's a lot of builds you can do with the Forge Blood Drinker. A lot of different ways to do it. Mine is just one way. Since the new things are the Steam skills, that's what I'm focusing on showing with my latest builds for the Forged. I'm trying to showcase builds where the centerpiece is the Steam Spender. In this case it would be the Uppercut as a centerpiece. I'm building around Uppercut and trying to support it with the other skills. You don't have to use Uppercut, by the way. If you don't like Uppercut, you can just use Tracking Strike or Critical Mass. But if you use Critical Mass, then you need a good cannon with decent amount of damage. But Uppercut can be fun. With that Servo Blade, it gets a cooldown. 4 seconds, which actually should go down to 3.6, but it's broken, and Tracking Strike Tier 2 doesn't reduce its cooldown. But yeah, if you get it up to 4 or 3.6 seconds cooldown, but it does 200% extra, 200% damage more. So you can see it's 3132, and it's gonna be half of this if I remove the Servo Blade. If I change this for example, whatever else. See, now it's 1262. But now I can spam it. See, now I can spam it, and it's no longer ranged. It no longer reaches as far. And I don't like the basic steam powered uppercut. Maybe it's better DPS for single target. For single target, maybe it's better to not use the Servo Blade. But I think the Servo Blade overall is more versatile. 200% more damage, 200% increased team cost, and gains 4% cooldown, which should go down to 3.6 seconds, as I said. when they fix certain things. Alright, there we go. So right now I really have some items on my wish list. Sorry, had to hydrate. So yeah, I have some items on my wish list for this build.
Can't be cast.
And I'm just not getting lucky, and in the end I'm just gonna give up and make the build without those items.
You can't do that here.
They obviously added ridiculously bad drop rates to the new items, to the Winter Weave set. So that we can spend more time trying to get them. But yeah, it's not the right way to do it when you add new items to decrease their drop rates, because obviously that's the items people would wanna return to try and farm and get. Considering chest plates. Has anyone looted any Winter Weave pieces since the update started? And if yes, how many? For how many times spent playing the game since the Snow and Steam update? I'm just wondering what the chances of getting Winter Weave are based on data from other people. This one's not a bad cannon, but oh, this one's nice. Servo-driven uppercut. Yeah, it's better than this. So one item that I can probably use for the build would be this. So I'm looking for items with this stat. I'm looking for chest, shoulders, and Waku motion with this servo-driven damage. The steam powered, actually, it's now called steam powered. It's just still not showing the right name.
Oh, I know what you're
Your
here
pet
for.
has returned.
I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, that one.
Uniques is not bad, but it's spiders, and I'm afraid that the spiders would have a broken quest. Uniques and Monster Kill, this would be quick. Monster Kill is super nice for damage, for pushing quicker. Come on. Come on, do it. There we go. Can we group them up? So is my quest Vultura? Yeah, it's Vultura related. There's Netherine on the map, but they are not needed from my quest. Alright, there we go. Ah, fuck. It spawned the door. It should stop spawning those doors in front of you, or at least ask before you enter the door if you wanna enter or not. Simple yes no confirmation window would go a long way. So I'm intentionally not using overpowered weapon, so you can see some reasonable damage, not the bloated high damage. So with a weapon with 7.4 thousand damage, which is pretty shitty, even before the extra stats on items, you could get close to 9,000. 8.4, 8.5 was pretty easy to do. 9,000 was a little bit difficult to get, but you could still get it with wife binding blue items. So I'm intentionally not using that other weapon, just to show a more realistic kind of perspective, in case they decide to remove that annoying power creep. And that's why I'm doing maps that are good for that type of damage. If I go to this map with my current weapon, you're gonna see it's already taking long to kill. But let's do it. Let's go into this map with my current weapon, so you can see the difference between 20 something, 30 as a stage, and the 40 something, and let alone 200 and something, where you're doing 600-700% HP. It's just taking unnecessarily long. Even with a 20,000 weapon, unless you min-max the build perfectly with every single item giving you the stats you want, it's gonna take forever to kill. When I tested it the other day, when someone took me to level 249, 50 maps, it was really taking too long to kill stuff, even with two of us. Even with two of us buffing each other, it was unreasonably slow. I can't use my... okay, I can use it now. Okay, let's go. Maybe let's check this way first. This way. go. Which way should we go? Guess it's just one way left. I'm gonna try and make a big train. Maybe stop here. Oh, some more spawns. Perfect, right next to me. I'm gonna hold shift to spin in one place, and I don't wanna be moving with my spins like this. I wanna just stop and spin in one place. I'm holding shift, and I like that you can do it. What's the quest? The Cauldron and the Jaywar, and after the Jaywar it would be the Goblin Dinners, if I'm not mistaken. Right, there we go. Okay, Jaywar done. Now let's go find some Goblin Dinners. Kind of messed up my rotation there. Should have used Vortex Bomb after Sonic Pulse. Like this. Hey, why am I fighting those? Let's find the dinners. Looking for cages with captured adventurers. One cage. And boss time. Which do we get? Chief Wugnut. So even with the 7.4 thousand attack, it wasn't that difficult to do this map. Obviously, I would have preferred more damage. Um, let's see what happens if I get more damage from this place. Maybe replace the mace with something else. Actually, let's keep the mace. I'm gonna keep the mace. I'm gonna keep the shield. I'm wondering if I should put a different item granted skill instead of the arc powered shoulders. Instead of charge up, I can try and get a different item there. I don't think I've got many other options to gain active skills. I could try using Quieting Bower, but I don't think it's gonna work well. But if I give it a try, we'll see how it goes. Skittering Shoulders is something you could take for survivability, but right now I don't think I need the survivability. And I don't think I need Code the Legion. .4 seconds cooldown. Not sure if it's gonna work well, but we'll see.
Oh, are you sure? You've got like
Let's do this one. I'm just experimenting, messing around. I still think charged up is probably the best thing to go in that slot for now, for the time being. Alternatively, I can get 1 point into Living Barrier and use Living Barrier. It's not gonna be terrible. This gives me extra points to Swag Shot. I'm not using Swag Shot, right? Oh, this gives me crit chance for barrage skills, which I'm not using because this one doesn't do damage.
That spell can't be cast.
Yeah, the damage is not worth it from that lightning bow. It's probably gonna be nice for electrode builds where you're stacking shock bolts to proc things. But yeah, for my current build it's just better to use something else in that slot.
You can't cast that here.
I'm gonna test using the Wide World Cave Breaker there just to see how it works. I think it's not gonna be great, but let's check it. I think after they fixed it to no longer be buggy, its DPS substantially went lower. It used to be nice for proc monster builds because with the Wide World Cave Breaker, with the proc you could proc other procs, but they make it so procs couldn't proc other procs anymore, which resulted in the Cave Breaker basically getting a huge nerf as a proc item. It still does some damage every now and then by proccing But yeah, you can get things like Rupture to proc. What you could get with the Cave Breaker is the Cave Breaker can help you apply bleeding and reapply bleeding. Every hit with the Cave Breaker counts as a hit and has a chance to cause bleeding or reapply bleeding, but it doesn't have a chance to trigger Rupture or shock bolts and things like that. What else can I put here? Poison Dart, it's still something better than nothing if I'm using... if I'm gonna use that skill bar slot, might as well put something there. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking oh no. Fuck. I'm thinking to do it like that. I can use two steam skills at one after the other. That means you can use servo-driven uppercut and with the remaining steam use fracking strike. Or maybe you can't, because this one is 45, this is 75. You're not gonna be able to do it. Unless you use power projection to help. But then by the time you're ready to use another one of those, you might as well use the uppercut again. I could just use Hailstorm for now. Let's go to the boss fight. You can use Hailstorm here. Go on. The UK says, did you get your free Steam game today? Free Steam? Do you mean the Epic Game Store game?
Your pet has returned.
What do you mean by free Steam game? Am I missing something? How do we get free Steam games, and from where? Do you mean the Epic Games free game? The Epic Games free game is Alien Isolation. Survival horror set in an atmosphere of constant dread and mortal danger. I'm just checking it now. Alien Isolation. Okay, not bad. Not sure I'm gonna ever play it, but it's still something. Oh, Developer Creative Assembly. Those guys have a studio in my country, in my city. There's a lot of isolation add-ons. 1, 2, 3, probably even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DLCs that are discounted right now. So they're giving you a free game and they're adding a shit tons of discounts on the DLCs. But yeah, what's that thing about free Steam games? You got an email from Casido Games and got Crown Takers for free. How? Oh yeah, I see. Steam. Oh no, that's not a game. That's a DLC pack. Cards. Starter pack with cards. For what game is this DLC free? From. Oh, the World War card game. Cards. So that's the only thing that appears as free on my Steam. A free-to-play game with a free DLC. But yeah, first of all, I'm sick of seeing World War II documentaries and movies and everything World War II related everywhere. Why not World War One? Why not Civil War, Cold War, the Balkan War, and things like that? Why not some of the more ancient wars? Everything World War II, World War II. But yeah, there's a free game right now with a free DLC pack. 100% off, code cards with K instead of C. That's the free one on Steam. If there's another one, let me know. Let's keep farming in the meantime.
So decisive. Oh,
You got Cyberpunk with your 10 quid voucher on Epic. If you used, did you use a creator code? Because using a creator code could have given you another 5% off of the purchase, or 10%, or 15, depending. If you need to use a creator code, I've got mine, StruckTOF. I think you can enter it with all capitals. Or with all lowercase, just as long as it's one word. So anyone buying something on the Epic Store, if you wanna get me some revenue while getting yourself some extra discount on top of the Christmas coupon discount, you can use my StruckTOF code. One word, no empty spaces, no underscore, just StruckTOF. I need to make my bot a new command where every X minutes it writes this down. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use my own code, but maybe when I bought Division 2 I should have used my own code in the Epic Store to see if it works. And Godfall is, by the way, also discounted now. Right now, Godfall is discounted by 15%, I think. And then if you use the 10% off code from the Epic, the 10 euro, 10 pounds or $10 off code from that coupon, you get another discount, and you can probably get Godfall officially for like 30 or 35 euro dollars or quid, depending on your region. Is it worth it to get Star Wars Squadrons? I'm not sure. I've never played it. I don't even know what that is. Was that the one where you were controlling a ship in first person from the cockpit and fighting? Or was that the one where you're controlling multiple units like a tactical game? I've been very out of touch with the Star Wars ever since episode 8. I haven't watched episode 8 and 9. I've only watched 7. So from the new trilogy, I've only watched the first movie, and I haven't watched the other one, Rogue One, which apparently is actually worth it and fun. I just haven't found time much. If they add it on Netflix, I would watch it. But since Disney and Netflix are not in a very good relationship, because Disney has its own streaming service, I have to wait a lot of time before the Disney movies make their way to Netflix. There we go. You fly the ships in squadrons. Okay, so maybe I know which one it is. If it's the one where you fly the ships yourself. Oh, Stormblade. It's been a while since I've seen a Stormblade. This one is actually with flat damage on it and 2 sockets. Where are all the spiders? I'm supposed to be defeating spiders. It's spawning trends, rats, netherine, anything but spiders. I've only killed 33% of the spiders needed for this quest. Maybe 40% after this fight. There we go. No, 58% spiders. So every spider gives me 1%. I hope there's enough spiders in the level. And the silky webbing, I'm already at 64% spiders killed. I've only gotten 1 out of 3. I'm starting to believe this quest would not be completed unless it picks up the pace with the drops of the quest items. speakers too. Yeah, game's worth it right now. If it's a new game for the new generation, um, of chances are it's not gonna be well optimized because it was rushed. That's what I'm thinking right now. I can't wait to see games made on Unreal Engine 5, which is arguably, people are saying that Unreal Engine 5 would be using less VRAM for the same tasks that Unreal Engine 4 was using much more. Can't wait to see if this is really true and for us to actually see some Unreal Engine 5 games becoming available. Games that are worth it are games that don't have next-gen graphics. If it doesn't have next-gen graphics, chances are it's gonna be a little bit better optimized and you would be able to run it on old-gen computers and systems and consoles. Your 2060 would be more than enough for an Unreal 5 game. I mean, some people are saying that Unreal 5 engine is supposed to run... I'm gonna look it up just so I don't give you bullshit numbers. But someone was saying something that the demo they showed was using less, much less than what needed. I need to check the exact numbers, so I'm gonna Google it after this map to see Unreal Engine 5 video RAM optimization or something like that is what I'm gonna Google. I'm wondering how Doom Eternal runs super well even on potatoes. Like, you can run Doom Eternal on a fucking potato and still get good FPS. How did they make Doom Eternal? It's like some super well optimized proprietary engine that they made specifically for that game. And it still looks good. Whereas other games super badly optimized. It has Vulkan API. Okay, so that's why, I guess. Right, I'm gonna finish this map and then go Google this, because I wanna get the right numbers. Alright, there we go. If Bethesda open sources their engine. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. It will be interesting. Okay, let me check. I'm gonna make a new window on my browser and let's Google Unreal Engine 5 VRAM usage, maybe. Or maybe optimization. Okay, I'm reading some stuff. I can probably share what I'm reading, but that's not official. That's not official information I'm reading right now. Basically, random people talking about stuff. What the hell? What is this guy smoking? What is he smoking? Unreal Engine, as you can see, this link is 2012. So the hell, how do I find that information? Someone mentioned it in my stream some time ago. About Unreal 5 tech demo using less VRAM. Yeah, comments. I don't want to read the comments. The demo didn't. Oh, okay. Maybe this one is interesting. I can say that the GPU time spent rendering geometry in our Unreal Engine 5 demo is similar to the geometry rendering budget for running at 60 FPS on consoles. Let's give ourselves a moment for that to sink in. That was probably marketing talk to get people to invest into Epic for that Unreal Engine 5. But if that's true, if the engine's geometry system is really really not using that much GPU, then perfect. But yeah, I can't give you exact numbers because no one is showing me the exact numbers. Okay, just a moment. Let me quickly remove this from the stream. And let's go back to farming. What time is it? 9:50. We've got 40 minutes or so more. Servo-driven and rapid strike, but no defense and no sockets. It is definitely interesting.
Your pet has returned.
Ho, 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 ho. What will it be?
Let's do Dr. Nasty. Dr. McNasty. Shit, I can't see my cursor. What's happening? Where's my... Oh, it's here. There's just too many effects and my cursor gets kind of hidden by those effects and I can't see anything. This is ridiculously silly. All those effects on the map. Should I do an alpaca level run? Or maybe no alpaca level runs today. But yeah, yet another day, yet another no winter weave stream. I mean, what does a man need to do to get a stupid winter weave piece? Maybe wait another 5 months for them to fix the drop rates. Or maybe wait another 3 months for them to add a system where I can change one item into another. Like this skittering chest I got, I definitely don't need it. Wouldn't mind being able to convert it into a winter weave chest. No, it got disconnected, obviously. Come on. Vote.
Greetings, insignificant
We get berserking again. So we went through all the affixes once. We are resetting from berserking now. I'm actually gonna do something that doesn't require too much time to finish.
You're up to the challenge?
Give me gear waki.
Made a cutscene for that?
Dividing gear waki or unique gear waki
Oh, look at the...
would be perfect for me right now. But yeah, today I haven't gotten much worthy drops, much drops that are worth keeping. At least I got the mace, the North mace. It may not have been perfectly rolled, but at least it's the mace, and I'm enjoying it. Toxicity Rose, sorry for mispronouncing it at first. Toxicity Rose says, I'm new to the game, I'm level 3. Well, welcome to Torchlight 3. Welcome to the game. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Anything Torchlight 3 related, if you need some hints, tips, some info. Oh yes, he's a snowman. He's a snowman. What you don't see is that under that big armor, he has some steam. He has some water under pressure. He has some melted snow. So only the top is not melted. The other side is, let's imagine it's melted snow. Um, you can get this by transmogging. This is basically a new skin in the game, where you can get a helmet that looks well, it looks like a snowman hat. And then there's a transmogging item called Style Station in your fort. And you can transmog one item to look like another by paying 200 or 120 gold. So eventually you would unlock your fort and you would unlock all those funky features. And once you find that item, you just need to find it once, you would unlock the skin and you would be able to use it as well. It's definitely fun. You're on Xbox One. You should be able to get it on Xbox One as well. This patch, the Snow and Steam patch, was released on all four platforms, on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam, and Nintendo Switch on the 15th of December. So you would be able to get that one on your end too. And yeah, the forged, as you can see, he does look like a snowman with some armor on it. So yeah, let's imagine there's melted snow in this round ball, and in the middle part as well. And when the water boils too much, when the snow boils too much, we need to vent like this. Although that's not venting, but this is venting. Get that steam going. Melt that snow, get that steam. Okay, there we go. Alright, there. Should I make my usual setup? I don't think I like the cave breaker as much as my arc powered stuff. Wait. Oh, that's ancient ember. I thought it's arc powered. And the snowman has its snow mace and its snow shield. check here. Do I have this one? I can't remember, so I'm gonna send it home. Come on, game, load up. One of my wishes for 2021 would be faster loading screens for this game. I know it's not my biggest wish in the game, but it would be definitely nice to see some optimizations in this regard eventually in 2021.
Couldn't get enough of old Vizier, eh?
Your pet has arrived.
You're up to
Gear Wookie, come on, give me Unix Gear Wookie. Dividing Gear Wookie or Unix Gear Wookie.
that one.
We have Plague Bearer Gear Wookie. She's not so bad, I guess. Maybe we can do that. Plague Bearer Gear Wookie.
So
This Gear Wookie, come on. Reward me, reward me. How many legendaries did I get today? 2, I think. One of them was a Stormblade, so I guess it doesn't count. Or maybe did I get 3? Oh, I've got 3. I got this one, I've got this one, and I got this one today. 3 legendaries. And boom.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't pass that way.
Boom.
Pass that spell here.
Let's pick up the wood. Yeah, definitely like it more with charged up. There's more movement speed that way. It helps with some procs to trigger certain things more often. It helps with reapplying the bleed more often.
You can't cast that spell here. You can't cast that here.
When I do make the build video for this, I would mention in the last slot on the legendarium, put whatever you like, and here use whatever skill you like. But my preferred choice for now would be charge that and the arc power shoulders until I get something better.
You can't use that skill.
I'm wondering if I should spend one more day farming tomorrow for this build, or whether I should make the build video tomorrow and then move on to the next hero. high bit. Okay, if it's just high bit kills, I guess it doesn't matter which way I go, as long as I pull some enemies.
You can't cast that spell here. That spell cannot
Wait, what's reducing my cooldown? Something's reducing my cooldown and making it from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Is it a bug? Yeah, look at that. It was 7-second cooldown. Something's increasing my cooldown. See, it was 7 seconds cooldown. It says 4 seconds, but look at that. Look at the numbers here. Now it's 0 seconds cooldown. I think the server is probably wagging for getting us disconnected. I mean, I obviously got disconnected here.
You can't
Oh,
cast that.
wait, I didn't get disconnected? What's happening? I can actually do damage to the monsters. Something was happening. Something was happening. I mean, when I see the cooldown numbers messing up, I know it's some sort of whack. Now it's 8 second cooldown. Like, that's too much. The cooldown.
You can't cast that spell here.
Thankfully, my potion cooldown is not terrible. But yeah, what was messing with my cooldown? That's the question now.
That spell cannot be cast.
But yeah, 7-8 seconds is not the cooldown I should be seeing there.
You can't cast that spell. It is full.
It's kind of ruining its setup if your cooldown goes this high.
You can't cast that here. You can't use that.
Max level is 60. After you reach max level, you can keep doing endgame, where the monsters would be level 60, but they would be getting extra stats. Like right now I'm fighting level 60 monsters, but they have 1.4% damage, 5% movement speed and 10% HP. And they would drop items that get stronger. So at this stage they would drop items 1% stronger, but this goes all the way to 118% stronger items. And to enemies that have like 700% HP and 90 something percent damage increase. So the items keep growing and the monsters stats keep growing, but your level remains the same. Gwen says, is it just me or is Truck super silent? Maybe my microphone was not turned up enough. Maybe it should be fine now. Or maybe I was standing too far from the microphone. But yeah, thanks for saying this. And welcome back. Gwen, have you been enjoying the power creep or not so much?
You can't cast that.
Also the secret alpaca level. Have you enjoyed the secret alpaca level knowing that the items you get there are gonna be useless? Considering the fuzzier power creep items. Well, see, if the game is loud and I'm quiet, then it's problem on my end. But if the game and the microphone are quiet, then it might be on your end. Ethos is back. That's a nice emote. Very nice emote. You're swallowing your headphones and still can't hear me. I mean, my microphone is pretty loud right now. It's very high increased. Maybe I was standing too far from the mic. What's with this? I need to get closer because I can't see without my glasses. All right, now this is even better looking. One handsome emote. All right, let's check what's here. Gotta like those weird emotes. Toxicity Rose, I don't play just as Forged, I play with every hero. I don't stick to a single class, I don't have mains in this game. What I do is I play one class for like a week, and then I move to the next class and subclass combo. And then I play that one for like a week, and then I move to the next. And while I'm at a certain class and subclass, I make a build or two or three, and eventually when I feel like it, I can return and I can make some changes, modify the build. The end game in this game is super boring. I don't feel motivated one bit to do it. That's why my way of getting variety out of the game is testing new heroes and new classes and new builds. And it helps with doing that boring, stagnant, repetitive end game activity. And the only one we've got, the Fazier's Dungeon. It really helps get some variety by constantly switching my classes and subclasses. And as I'm doing so, I also get to make new builds for people to try, and do some science, test new skills, things like that. But yeah, for example, as I said, as you go through the stages, you get stronger items. You can get something like this. You can get even a weapon with 22,000 damage. On this weapon, I can get another 2.3, 2.4 thousand damage instead of drain. And instead of blind, another 2.3 thousand damage. And instead of crit chance versus bleeding, another 2.3 thousand damage. So I could get another close to 7 something thousand extra damage on this item. So that's what you might expect at close to the max level of the Fazier as drops. Whereas right now I'm using this one just because I like it, and it's still good enough for the stages of the Fazier I'm doing. I'm just trying to farm Winter Weave items. I don't care about high level items, I just want Winter Weave items for my build. And Mountain King items.
Oh, are you sure? If you think you can take it.
Do I have Sky as my pet in the game? I'm not sure about pet in the game, but I'm probably gonna start making emotes with Sky. I might make some. I might take some photos of Sky, and make them as emotes on my Twitch channel. But I don't have many emote slots. That's the problem. There's a very limited number of emote slots on Twitch and on YouTube for new streamers, for small streamers. And I think I've used up all my emote slots. Maybe I've got one empty emote slot on YouTube, maybe. But Sky is my pet. They don't have the same cat. They have this blue-gray cat, but it looks like Russian blue. It doesn't look like British short-hair blue cat. Toxicity Rose, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Struck Club to you. So yeah, this one it's too skinny. It's got this triangular face, so it's definitely not like Sky. I should name one of the cats Sky. Maybe. All right, let's do a map quickly because it's 10:16 p.m. So I have like 15 minutes left. Let's try and find the Gearwalkie map. Hopefully unique Gearwalkie or dividing Gearwalkie.
Think they made a cutscene for that one?
Monster Cube is very fun.
Went with the obvious choice.
Cranked Gearwalkie. Andrew Tsarik says, how long is the event? Do you mean the time limited Snow and Steam contract? My guess is it's probably gonna last until the end of January, or at least until the middle of January. We don't know exactly until when, but until the next big patch. And I'm assuming they're probably gonna patch around Valentine's. Maybe they're gonna make another new contract with some new contract pets and for decorations themed around Valentine's. So maybe you can expect beginning of February, middle of February, the next big patch. Most likely, this is just me guessing. So take it with not a grain of salt, but with the whole salt container. Um, and definitely not confirmed numbers. This is just me guesstimating there. But most likely you would have the winter pets and the winter contract until the next big patch. And my guess is the next one would be Valentine themed, maybe. And then after that, the spring themed. We'll see. I mean, if they're gonna do themed contracts, limited time limited themed contracts around certain commercial capitalistic holidays, maybe Valentine's is the next one after Christmas and the winter stuff. That's normally what games do when they do events centered around holidays. They do Christmas, then they do Valentine's, then they do some sort of spring-based thing, and eventually some summer-based things, and so on. Cupid is a pet. It's gonna be super fun having a little flying mini angel or whatever. Maybe you could have a dragon link looking like a Cupid. But it's gonna be nice if you have some creature. Let's say the wood fiends, the glitter sprites, but the glitter sprite that's holding a bow and arrow, a Cupid sprite. It could be fun. Oh, there's gonna be Easter. Yeah, after Valentine's, there's probably gonna be Easter. Some bunny pet, bunny rabbit, and a chicken maybe. I don't know what else goes with Easter other than chicken and rabbits. I mean, this game has a lot of potential in this regard to keep adding new pets and new fort decorations and new contracts where you can obtain those each few months. But that's not real content. It is real content, but it's not real endgame activity content. It's not like new types of dungeons, maybe survival modes, maybe paywall modes, and that's the thing we need the most. Systems to respect our, not respect our, but to reroll our affixes in the middle, and new endgame activities for those who are not fans of the Fazir dungeon. Yeah, or for those who are bored of doing just Fazir and just want something different. How many hours I've got in it? If we count Torchlight Frontiers as the alpha, over 2000 hours. This one is close to 1000, which is ever since the game started early access, close to 1000. And I've got another 50 hours in the beta, and I've got over 1000 hours in the alpha. I think it's 1100 just from streams and builds, excluding hours that I can't count because they're not recorded. So roughly 2000 something hours. But it's my favorite game, that's why I've got so much time spent. Even in Grim Dawn I haven't spent this much time. Which before Torchlight 3 was my most played hack and slash isometric water ARPG game. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who have spent much more time playing it than me. Because as I said yesterday, I spent a lot of time editing. Some days I would spend 4, 5, 6, even up to 10 hours just editing, just doing stuff on After Effects and Adobe Premiere. And that time is not counted as time playing. And I know there's a lot of people who just play. They don't stream, they don't do content. They just play the game and work and do other stuff. So I've played less than I would have wanted to, but making content is fun for me. It might be time consuming and you might get tired doing it, but it's fun. Is the good kind of tired after a day of editing. Today, for example, I edited 2 videos, one for this, one for the Alpaca level, and one for Diablo 4. And the one for Diablo 4 took some research and took some time to make. Whereas the one for the Alpaca level was pretty easy. It required minimum amount of editing because of the way I made it. Come on. And Andrew says, why it's better? Do you have a video? I'm not sure I understand this question. Why it's what better? Better and better than what? And video about what? And you bought the game but you don't want to play it all day. Well, that's definitely a reasonable expectation. Not many people have time to play a game all day. So people have jobs and things like that. For me, I can make content and record myself playing the game and play the game while streaming it, and that's expected from content creators. But most people play 1, 2, 3 hours a day after work when they have free time. There's people who only play in the weekends because they have things to do. Then there's people who only stream during the weekends because they don't have time to do it otherwise. Your favorite casual isometric RPG is Shadows Awakening. Oh, I've played that one and I really loved it. Another one that's similar for a single player non-co-op game would be Darksiders Genesis, but the Darksiders Genesis endgame was super boring. It was just a survival arena, and the itemization in Darksiders Genesis was basically the most boring itemization I've seen. But Darksiders Genesis basically is a new Darksiders game with isometric 3D, 3D ARPG camera. So it felt more like an old school Darksiders game with a new camera instead of Darksiders Diablo. Definitely they went for this and they achieved what they went for. And my problem was that I was expecting that it would be like a Diablo game in the style, in the universe of Darksiders. Instead of a Darksiders game with the camera of a Diablo style game. This one's interesting. 2 times elemental damage percent, but it's evasion instead of defense, and yeah, definitely not gonna replace mine for it. Okay, I'm probably gonna do a quick alpaca level, and then end the stream because it's 10:30 almost p.m. I need to go give my pet medicine and food. and give myself some food as well. It's feeding time. Alright, let's buy an alpaca map.
You will need more maps too.
And it's not that this game is better or worse than Grim Dawn, it's different. Definitely Grim Dawn has so much more content and so many more things to do, but I've played Grim Dawn a lot and I've gotten bored. I've gotten bored of having to redo my quests and redo my devotions and just leveling new heroes in Grim Dawn to try new builds. It's much more time consuming than in this game. In this game, you just need to do the story from start to beginning, and then level up for a bit more, and then you're done. Whereas with Grim Dawn, even if you use those things that complete all quests, and you just need to collect your devotions, and even if you use XP potions, it still is a bit more time consuming. And gearing up a build in Grim Dawn is much harder. If you want to min-max a build to gear it up properly to make it viable, it takes a while. In this game you don't have to have the best gear to make a build viable, which is nice. Maybe min-maxing to like 70, 75, 80% is enough. You don't have to go 100% min-maxed, squeezing every little bit of DPS and defense to make a build viable in this game. And I like this part. You don't have to grind your ass off. But the problem is the drop rates. Some items you can never get them. I mean, ever since the Gear and Goblins update last month or whenever it was, I haven't gotten a single Ancient Ember piece until this new update. And with this new update I've gotten one Ancient Ember piece and it was at level 51. Since then, 0. And ever since I started with the gear with the Snow and Steam update, 0 Winter Weave items, which is the new type of items, the new set. So it's either me having super bad luck and other people somehow being super lucky, or my account is cursed and it just doesn't drop those items. I don't know what to make of it, for not getting Winter Weave items and Ancient Ember items. And it's sad because those items are super fun and I really want to showcase them in my builds. And I'm just gonna have to use text and say, hey, I recommend using this item. I was not lucky to get it, but keep in mind it exists, use it. That's what's gonna have to happen. Oh, and the first legendary drop in the alpaca level. So far I've done this alpaca level 6 or 7 or 8 times, and that's the first time it's dropping a legendary item. It's Egg of Mayhem, so nothing too fancy, but at least it dropped a legendary. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this level and then I'm gonna be done for today. It's already 10:31. I might actually rush it. I'm not gonna kill every single alpaca. Let's go find the alpaca queen. Those knockbacks are pretty annoying. What? Oh, she respawned. Back to full HP. Amazing. Gotta love those bugs. So she knocked me back and interrupted my my animation. It cancelled the animation of of uppercut. Or maybe uppercut was glitched, but something happened to the animation of it. Not sure what. So many wife-bound scrolls drop here, it's unbelievable why. Alright, let's see if there's a final champion group left, and then we can go out of this level. No more champs. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. It's time for me to go. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. There will be more tomorrow. I don't plan on editing a video tomorrow unless something comes up. So that means more streaming time. So keep it cool. Until next time, Struck up, and goodbye from me.